We have now cleared the license tests in the WRC challenge mode, and now I think it's time for me to get on with the Pro World Rally Championship, and where I have already decided on which car it is I will be using. I don't need to play through the introduction to the WRC again. I already showed that, of course, in the first episode, and now we've unlocked the professional difficulty, and where once again we have a choice of 7 cars to pick from as we did before, and this time I'm going to drive the Citroen, because Citroen did not score any points last time, and we have a choice of 3 drivers to pick from here, as we've got Jesus Perras, Thomas Radstrom, and Philippe Bugalski. And I think because Philippe has the most points of the 3, I figure I might as well play as him. Plus he does also have 2 rally wins to his name as well, so I figured, why not? As we begin with stage 1 at Saint-Pierre-en-Trevaux. And you know what? I think because we're going to be racing on tarmac most of the time, I'm going to go with long gears. Just so I have a bit more pace. Because last time I tried this, I wasn't really fast enough to compete with the top dogs. So I figured this time at least it would be easier for me to just go with the longer gears, because for pretty much this entire rally we are more or less racing on tarmac, but we've also got the inclusions of snow sheets and, well, ice sheets in other areas. But I wouldn't believe they'll really give me too many problems at this stage. But anyway, here we go. 3, 2, as we begin
1, go.
The Pro Championship.
50, right 3. Into long left 4.
I figured the main reason why I was off the pace to begin with was because I didn't have enough speed.
50, right 3.
But now that I do have a bit more speed, I am hopeful in saying that this works.
50, left 2. Into right 2.
And it seems to be working out well for me so far, because I am now 2 seconds up the road, almost, over Carlos.
50, left 4. Into right 4. 50, left 3. 50, right 3. 100, right 5.
And yep, I am definitely improving with my top speed setup, because I'm now 4 seconds up the road ahead of Carlos. Which goes to show that tarmac is definitely becoming a benefactor for me personally. And that's a wall. And now I am just a second ahead. Fortunately, however, I do have the speed to pull me through, and I don't have to worry about hitting the rev limiter too often either. As you can see there, by me gaining 4 tenths. So I think it's fair to say going for the long gears definitely helps you. Here in Monte. And I still wind up losing anyway, but I'm a bit closer now than I was before, so you know what, I'll take that. Considering the way my previous attempt started when I was well over a second behind, that's a lot closer, so you know what, I'll take that. I'm also driving the Citroen because, well, I figured the Citroen would more or less be wanting some points. So got 2 Mitsubishis in the top 6, along with 2 Fords, 1 Citroen and a Skoda. So, Harry Rovanpera, best of the rest. Also got the other 3 Peugeots in P7 to 12. And here are the rest of the Stage 1 results. So, 3/4 of a second behind Tommy. I think we should be okay in terms of our overall form as long as the speed helps me to pull through. I have also established the Citroen is pretty good in the intermittent conditions. I think Citroen probably does have enough pace for me to win, so let's see how we go. And yes, I am going for the long gears here because I figured if I was really going to mount a challenge here in Monte, I figured long gears were the best way to go about it. Because they do. Long gears equals more speed. And I figure speed is what's required in order for me to win. Plain and simple, is what me thinks. Anyway.
3,
here we go.
2, 1, go! 50, long, left 4.
And we'll see how we do.
50, very long, handing right, over crest.
And keeping myself in 5th gear as I clip the inside wall. Just a little bit there, but able to keep myself on pace, or so it would seem. Gonna be interesting to see how the rest of this stage unfolds. And now I've lost all the time. And now I am surprisingly ahead of Tommy. And that's a lead. Oh well. We'll just have to wait and see how the rest of this goes. And I'm now 3 seconds up the road, so it's fair to say the long gears definitely seem to be pulling me through at the moment, as I would have predicted. Even though the dry tyres with the snow do not work very well. And that's kind of obvious because, well, dry tyres are technically slick tyres. Okay, so got a 5-second gap over Tommy at the moment. Just have to try and see if I can hold on to that advantage. I am hopeful in saying that my extra speed in reserve does help me to stay ahead long enough. And I win by 3 seconds. So the top speed setup definitely helped me in the end, as that now, I think, puts me in the lead of the rally by 2.25 seconds, from what I know. But anyway, there we go. Another stage is done, and it's also my first stage win of the Pro Championship. And you know what? Yeah, let's save the replay. I figure it's been long enough now, so I might as well do that. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. In my episodic World Rally Championship Series. I think I'll do one more stage and then I'll save the game and leave the rest for later. So, 3-second victory in the end over Carlos, Tommy Mäkinen 3rd, Armin Schwartz 4th, Francois Delacour 5th, and Colin McRae P6, with Marcus Grunholm finishing best of the rest. And here are the rest of the results. Don't really feel like I need to say those anymore. So we've got a 5-second lead, my correction, over Carlos Sainz and Tommy Mäkinen, Armin Schwartz 4th, Francois Delacour 5th, and Richard Burns is currently P6. And Harry Rovanperä, position-wise, is best of the rest. For now. And here is where everyone else stacks up. Now we move on to stage 3. And once again, I'm going to go with the long gears because, well, they are just working so well for me at the moment. So, I think for this part of the episode at least, I'm gonna call it after stage 3 and then I'll get on with the rest another day, because, well, I wanted to make sure that my progress was well and truly saved, and I figured this was more or less the best way to do that. So, 3rd stage is a short one, it's also snowing, so I don't think we're gonna have too many problems here. And I don't manage to fumble on the gear shifts this time. And already I am up by a quarter of a second as I do over 130, slipping and sliding my way down the road. A little dab of the brakes there so I don't hit the guardrail, and looks like we're doing okay. Although I do hit the outside guardrail. But that's okay because I have a wall to protect me on the other side, so I don't fall deep into the cliffs. Or so I would hope. And got some spectators on the side of the road there, but either way, I am managing to at least maintain my stage lead. This should put me out to an 8-second lead at least, and it does, as I am now officially 8 seconds clear at the least, ahead of both Carlos and Tommy. So that was stage 3 of Monte Carlo. And now that that's done, I might as well save the game, since I have been at this now for a while. So gonna save over this one, because I can. And these are your stage results. So 3.7 second margin of victory in the end because of my top speed advantage on the asphalt. 3.7 second margin of victory over Carlos, Tommy 3rd, Francois 4th, Armin Schwartz 5th, and Richard Burns in P6. With Harry Rovanperä finishing best of the rest. And there we go. So these are your rally results after 3 stages. I now have almost a 9-second lead over Carlos, as Tommy is 3rd with Francois 4th, Armin Schwartz in 5th and Richard Burns in P6. Those are your results after 3 stages. And now, I will probably see you in a couple of days where we will finish this. On to part 2. 3 stages of the Monte Carlo Rally in the Pro Championship have now been beaten, and we are less than 9 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz. It's been a couple of days since I last recorded this because, well, I've had to get through more of my coursework, but now that that's out of the way, let's now continue with this. So these are your top 6 results after 3 stages, and as ever, I am of course content to showing you the rest of the results as well. So Harry Rovenpower looks to be best of the rest in the leading Peugeot, and then we've got P13 to P18, and as ever the bottom 3 rounded off by Thomas Radstrom at this time. So let's now get through stage 4, Sisteron Thawad. I hope I said that right. But anyway, here we go. So going with long gears, of course, because, well, it's a tarmac rally technically, with bits of snow and ice as well, but mainly tarmac, and I think we should be okay from what I can see, because we have already a 9-second lead. So if I can manage to put together one more decent time that's at least, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 seconds ahead, I reckon that should be enough for me to be in the, well, I guess you could say the catbird seat for scoring the dub here. I think that's the term I'm looking for. Anyway, here we go. As we now move on to stage 4 of Rally Monte Carlo. Hoping to be successful in the Citroen Zara. That did not help me out. Damn it. But regardless, I still managed to go 1.4 seconds up. And up to this point, I'd say we're doing okay for now. And I think it's fair to say my top speed setup definitely seems to be helping me out at the moment. And stalling out just a little bit as I head up the hill, but I suppose that's only natural. And that's a wall. But I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens for the rest of the stage. And now I have increased my gap once again, slowly edging away from Tommy Mäkinen in the Mitsubishi. And since, well, Carlos is not in the top 4 right now, I'm going to assume my rally lead must be extending also, from what I can see, and I run straight into the sign. Well, there goes all the time I made up.
50,
And yep.
right 5.
And what do you know? Carlos has to suddenly come back into the stage.
Into hairpin left.
That does not surprise me.
Into right 5. And left 5. 50, left 3. Into long.
All was going well until I hit that rock slide sign.
Long left 4. And finish.
And what's it going to be? Oh, okay. I did still finish ahead of Carlos. So you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm also pretty sure I do have a replay saved, if I'm not mistaken. So, P2 for the stage, but I still managed to finish ahead of... Actually, do I really need to put in a name? I probably don't. Not this time, anyway. So, that was stage 4. And do I have a replay saved? Yes, I do. So that was stage 4 of the Monte Carlo rally. So Tommy Mäkinen wins, myself in second, Carlos third, Francois fourth, Marcus Grönholm in 5th, and Armin Schwartz in P6 in the Skoda. Then we've got P7 to 12 with the other 3 Peugeots, and we've also got the other Skoda, other Mitsub, and I think that's the first of the Subarus, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's right. And as ever, we have the bottom 3, which is currently the Hyundais. And I now have a virtual 10-second lead over Tommy Mäkinen, who now takes over second from Carlos. So there's your top 6, and it's getting pretty feisty in terms of who precisely is looking like the top dog at the moment for finishing in the top 6. So that's a pretty competitive battle, if I do say so myself. And as ever, we have the bottom 3, rounded off by Thomas Radstrom. Okay, now we move on to the longest stage of the rally. Loda Lucharum, I think? Anyway, let's get on with it. Long gears again, because obviously, long stage, and let's see how we go. Hopefully we won't have to do so much of an uphill stretch this time. But as long as I don't lose too many seconds in these last 2 stages, I think we should be fine, from what I can see. Because I do have a pretty sizable gap up top, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I think we should be okay, from what I know. And I do know enough. And it's going to be a dry stage as well.
3,
That's good.
2, 1, go! 100, long right 4.
As I descend,
50, left 4.
ascend into the mountain.
Left 3, over crest. 50, hairpin left.
And looks like we're heading downhill. As I clip the outside wall.
50, long left 3. 50, caution
And
into hairpin left.
almost hitting 130. And immediately I am 2 seconds down.
Into left 4. 100, left 2.
But hopefully once we get on to the straightaways of the stage, that's when I can slowly but surely start to make up the time.
50, very long, left 4.
But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
50, right 4. Into long, left 4.
And now I'm up by 5 seconds
50, long,
as a result
right
of
4.
my top speed setup, which is proving to be the benefactor for me and this
50,
rally.
left 4. 50, very long, right 3.
So I gotta say, the Pro Championship to start with,
Long, left 4.
it's definitely been an interesting one, to say the least.
50, right 3. Into left 3.
This is very much an uphill climb, as I'm now just 2.5 seconds clear of Carlos now. So it is fair to say the uphill roads are making me lose time just a bit, but I still think I can keep on pace to hold on to my lead, as long as I don't keep sliding into the guardrails too much. I think we should be okay. Probably didn't need to keep it in 4th gear there, but I still did anyway. So gained some time back again. Gap is now 2.8 seconds. And it looks like we should be on course to win Monte Carlo again. As long as I'm able to continue gaining time.
50, long hairpin right.
Damn it.
And finish.
And 2 seconds in the end. Over Carlos, Tommy and Francois. Not bad. But there we go. So I think we have just 1 stage to go now, unless that's it. We'll just have to wait and see to be sure. Anyway, so that was stage 5. Congratulations, you came first. You have unlocked bonus stages. Oh yeah, we do actually get some bonus stages if we can win enough rallies in the Pro Championship. But there we go. So that was round 1 of the Pro Championship in this game. And yes, I will overwrite my previous profile. So that was Rally Monte Carlo, and I won the stage in the end by 2 seconds over Carlos. Tommy was 3rd, Francois 4th, Armin Schwartz in 5th, and Harry Rovenpara in the leading Peugeot comes home 6th. And Richard Burns, best of the rest in the Subaru for that stage. And where did Marcus finish in the end? I'm gonna have to find him. Oh, he finished P10 in that stage. Okay. And Thomas Radstrom had a decent final stage. So these are your rally results for Pro Monte Carlo. So 12.8 seconds in the end over Carlos Sainz, Tommy Mäkinen 3rd, Francois Delacour 4th, Armin Schwartz in 5th, and Harry Rovenpera, who finished P6 in that last stage, scores the lone point for Peugeot, as Marcus finished P10 in stage 5. But he did wind up being only just best of the rest over Richard Burns. Freddie Loix 9th and Bruno Thierry was 10th in the second Skoda over Colin McRae and Gilles Panizzi. And then we have these guys, and Thomas Radstrom, as a result of him finishing P14 in that last stage, he comes home P19, just edging out Alistair McRae and Piero Liatti in the third Hyundai. Yeah! Rally Automobile Monte Carlo winners, baby! Cool. And these are your point standings after one rally. 6 drivers in the points, and everyone else is yet to score. And for the constructors, well, coincidentally, for whatever reason, 6 of the 7 manufacturers have now scored points, except for Hyundai, although I'd imagine that will probably come later on. But anyway, there we go. 1 rally down, 14 to go. Let's now move on to round 2. I suddenly forget where it is. I might have to check to be sure. Actually, on second thoughts, I want to try that again. Okay, let me try that again. Rally Monte Carlo is now done and won. And next up will be Sweden, coming in the next episode.